Sometimes the most chilling stories aren't found in horror movies. They happen in real life, on quiet streets, in small towns, and behind doors we pass every day. These are 5 real-life cases that shook entire communities and left haunting reminders of how fragile life can be. "13-year-old Carrie Ann Jopek was just like any other teenager, rebellious, curious, and full of life. That day, she got suspended from school and told her friend she'd sneak home through a neighbor's yard. But she never arrived. Her disappearance tore her family apart. For decades, her mother lived with unanswered questions. What happened to Carrie? Then, in 2015, more than 30 years later, a man named Jose Ferreira walked into a police station and confessed. He said he had invited Carrie to a basement party when they were teens. After an argument, he pushed her down the stairs, killing her instantly. Instead of calling for help, he buried her under the neighbor's porch. The shocking part? Her body had actually been found days later, but no one realized who she was. Ferreira lived his entire life carrying that secret until guilt finally broke him. Carrie's mother finally got the truth, but it came decades too late. February 11th, 2022, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Christina Spikuza, a 38-year-old mother of 4, was working a late-night Uber shift. Her dash cam recorded her final moments. A passenger, later identified as 22-year-old Calvin Crew, pulled a gun and told her to keep driving. Christina pleaded for her life.
Sorry? You gotta be joking. What are you doing? No, it's not. Stop. Come on, man. I got a family. What are you doing? What are you doing? Please stop. Why are you doing?
"I have kids," she said, her voice shaking. But Crew had no mercy. The next morning, her body was found in a wooded area, shot in the head, her car abandoned. Investigators soon learned the horrifying twist. Crew was the boyfriend of Christina's close friend. It wasn't a random attack, and it was planned. The case sent shockwaves through the rideshare community, reminding everyone that not every passenger or driver comes home safe. Christina's family described her as pure light, the kind of person who made everyone around her better. In the end, her story became a tragic symbol of how unpredictable trust can be. When 29-year-old Jeanette Ralston disappeared after a night out with friends, police thought she might have run away. Her car was found by a river, keys still in the ignition. But her family knew something was wrong. Jeanette had a young daughter she'd never abandon. Months later, a fisherman made a gruesome discovery. Jeanette's body wrapped in sheets, weighted down under the water. Investigators had no leads, and the case went cold for decades. Then in 2018, new DNA testing changed everything. The DNA matched a man who had been part of the original search team, someone who pretended to help, all while hiding his guilt. He had inserted himself into the investigation to deflect suspicion. For years, he lived a normal life, even married, until science finally caught up with him. Jeanette's family finally got justice, a quiet reminder that the truth has a way of surfacing, even after decades underwater. Ohio, 2007. Miranda Corsett was 21, full of ambition, studying hard and looking forward to the future. One night, she went to a college party. Friends saw her leave with a man she'd just met. She was never seen alive again. Days later, her body was found deep in the woods. Police discovered her car nearby and quickly connected the dots. The man from the party had a criminal past, including assault charges. Fingerprints and DNA under Miranda's nails told the rest of the story. She fought back until her final breath. Her death sent shockwaves through her campus. She wasn't careless. She wasn't reckless. She was simply trusting, and that trust cost her everything. Miranda's parents turned their grief into awareness campaigns for women's safety, hoping no one else would have to live the nightmare they did. When 42-year-old Vicky Marie Radig didn't show up for work, her friends knew something was wrong. Police found signs of struggle in her home, broken furniture, blood on the floor, but no sign of Vicky. For years, her case went cold. Her car turned up near a lake unlocked, keys inside. It looked like she'd simply vanished. Then in 2009, everything changed. A tip led detectives back to someone they had once ruled out, her ex-husband. When investigators searched his garage, they found traces of Vicky's blood on an old hammer. Confronted with the evidence, he finally confessed. In a jealous rage, he had killed her and buried her body in a remote area. For years, he lived just miles from the spot, even building a small cabin nearby, haunted by his own guilt. Vicky's family waited nearly 2 decades for the truth. When it came, it brought justice, but not peace. 5 victims, 5 tragedies. Each one a reminder that behind every headline lies a real person. Someone's child, someone's parent, someone's friend. Time may pass, but justice doesn't forget. The truth always finds its way out, sometimes through guilt, sometimes through science, and sometimes through sheer determination. Because in the end, evil leaves traces, and stories like these ensure the world never forgets the lives that were lost too soon. If you believe every story deserves to be told, subscribe for more true crime stories that reveal the truth behind the silence. Until next time, stay aware, stay safe, and remember, justice may sleep, but it never dies.